Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming back to join me. I don't know if you remember, but a while ago before Christmas, I started doing two Italian ladies' journals using kits from Rachel at Roxy's Creations. I'm trying to do a bit of unfinished projects, so I've kind of picked these up and put them down again. And they're nearly finished, and I thought I would just bring you along and show you what I've been doing. I've picked the fabrics for both of them. So this one's going to have this lovely fabric, probably the red side at the front, so that's going to have that fabric, and that's why I've put the ruffle. They've got ruffles and fabrics and things going on in there. And then this one is going to have this green fabric. It's got these fishermen and things on it, and that's just going to have that on it. And that's got the same, that's got somewhere it's got a ruffle of it, a couple of the ruffles of the same fabric. So they're very similar, and I'm thinking whether I should. I have previously done a list of people wanting journals, but I found it, I think I've said to you before, I've found it quite stressful. But I'm having, well, problems with Etsy. I wouldn't call it problems. They take so much. I mean, the last journal that I sold, they took about £20 went in fees for, gosh, one thing or another. And I just thought, crikey me. And so I'm kind of debating whether to have a short waiting list for journals and just work my way through it and then let you know, close it after I've got, say, I don't know, people may not be interested. So I'm just talking it through, really. I just don't quite know. And then not sell them through Etsy. The way that I would do it is I would send an invoice through PayPal and do it that way. So maybe let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. I did find it quite stressful having a list before because I felt pressured to get journals made for people, and I just can't do it. And this year, my husband and I, we want to go and do some travelling. So, I don't know. Anyway, waffle over. So I thought that I might just take you along with me and just show you what I'm doing with these journals, what I've been making. So I'm at the stage where let me do this one. I'm at the stage where I'm almost done. I'm almost finished. I've just got the covers to make, and I'm just kind of checking that I've stitched tags, that I don't want to make any more pockets, that I've got lace where I want lace to be. I've enjoyed making this flip, and it was move it over a bit. It was a book page, and I've put some extra writing paper on it. And it flips over the page so that it's a pocket on the other. So I want to remember to make some more of those, because the thing is, I put pockets in journals and like them, sell the journal, send it off, and then I forget all about it because I haven't got a prototype. So I want to remember to make another couple of those. As I say, it's almost at the stage where I'm ready to make the cover. I don't make the covers until the end because then I can make it to fit. That needs fixing down there, doesn't it? So I just need a strip of paper that will go down there. That happens with these old pages, doesn't it? So that will go on there. Let's put that on. So this is kind of what I do as I'm getting towards the end of a journal. And Xander, if you're watching, I'm using your fine tip bottles. Thank you so much. Xander very kindly sent me a package with all sorts of things in it. And I'm still working my way through it, but Xander sent me some of the bottles. And so I'm putting them to very good use. So that's going to go on there. And hopefully that'll glue stuck. And also Xander, scissors. Thank you. These will end up gluey without a shred of a doubt. Where did it go in there? So that will just fold, and that just kind of reinforces that page. I really want to leave that to dry. So I'll just, sorry, I'm just disappearing a minute. I'm going to leave it out to dry, but I'm just going to put a paper, you can't see I'm talking to you, I'm just going to put a paper clip there because I know that this page needs to go in there. I'm not sure it wants to stick. I'm going to just put a stitch down the sides. One moment and I'll be straight back. There we are. I bet you didn't even notice that I've gone. So all I've done is just put a stitch in that paper just to keep that on a little bit stronger, because that paper had a tear in it. So when I stitch it in, it's likely to tear even more, isn't it? Okay, so that's good to go. I'm happy with that. That needs stitching round, and I may put a tab on there. What fabrics have I got? I've got some bits and pieces on my desk just to the side, and I might put a little bit of that on there. But I'm doing this, but you can guarantee that when I do the final flip through of these journals, you can guarantee that I will have missed something. And there'll be a tag that's got no tab on it, or I haven't stitched round it, or I've not backed it. There will always be something. So, oops daisy, that doesn't want to stick. So I'll leave that out because that wants stitching round. Most of it, I think, is about done. I thought I'd got to the middle. Where's the middle? Ah, got to the middle. Now, in the middle, I'm doing a pocket. Still a bit sticky because I was actually putting these on and then decided to put the camera on and show you what I was doing. So that will get stitched in there, and then it will be closed and it'll be a top loading pocket. So I need something to go inside that, and I was just debating whether to put a pocket or something on the back of it as well, and I think I might, but it's just finding something. I've got a box of bits and pieces, so as I'm doing journals I always put the bigger pieces in it. I keep picking that one, don't I? Could be that, or I'm just seeing this. That might be quite nice as a pocket. I think I might have that. So I'm going to do this as a pocket to go on the back of there. That was nice and easy, wasn't it? And then that goes back into my bits box. And then that, I think, would be pretty as a pocket on there. Yep, I like that. And I'm just going to turn a little bit in, not a lot. Yep, I like that. So let's just take the excess off these corners. And then that can be a pocket on the back. And then I just need a tag to go in the pocket on the back and inside it as well. Sticky glue book. And it is a sticky glue book. So how are you all doing? I hope you're all okay. I've been doing the Junk Journal January challenge, and I am enjoying it. I do find it a challenge because often, I think I've said, prompts don't always mean an awful lot to me. Sometimes I struggle with what the prompt could mean. Daft, isn't it? And I look at people that are doing it and think, oh crikey, I'd have never thought of that one. Do I want to put a notch in there? I could regret it because it's still damp, isn't it? Should we try it? Hold your breath. Oh, it worked. Yep, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I look at what people are doing for prompts, and I think, wow, I wouldn't have thought of that. I try not to look at what people are doing for a prompt until I've done mine, because I am so easily influenced. And I have done a couple of things that other people have done just because I like to challenge myself, and or I've thought, well, that's a really good idea. I don't want to forget to do that. Because don't forget, it's, you know, this Junk Journal January, it's for me, it's not for anybody else. It's not, the journal's not going anywhere. It's going to stay here with me. So it is quite a personal journal that I'm making, actually. Personal as in it's got things in it that are me, literally. Pictures of me and pictures of the hubby and things like that. I'm just thinking, because somewhere I've got some labels, and I'm thinking it might be nice to put a label or something on there. And I'm looking blank. I am absolutely looking blank, because I had them not half an hour ago. Come on, Carol. Hold on, I'm just going to do a lockdown search. Okay, lockdown search complete. They were hiding underneath a box with some cut-out flowers in. As things do, you know, they do hide like that, don't they? I don't know if I want a big one. I quite like that because it covers that little blank spot. It says paid on note. Oh, I love this one. Kiss me goodnight. Just because, for no other reason other than I love that saying. I love it. It just, yeah, we all need a good night kiss, don't we? There we go. So that will go, that's going to be in the middle there. It's going to, once I've stitched it in, I will seal that up. So I want something to go in the back of that, don't I? I do indeed. I've got a few little bits and pieces. These are Rachel's tags. They come on a strip of 3, and all that I've done is I've backed them in some neutrals. I was actually saving these big ones to go in. I don't want it to go there. I was saving them to go in the front of the journal when it's finished. So I've got 2, one for each journal. Mustn't forget to use them. That would be silly, wouldn't it? I've got those ladies. They could go in there on a pocket. But I would need to give them a background or something. Okay. Papers. I've got a whole load of papers of Rachel's out at the moment. And I'm just thinking that might be nice on a bit of a background paper of some sort. That goes quite nicely, doesn't it? Trying not to think too much about it. I'm trying to just go with it. So that can go on there. And then I will back it as well, and that'll get stitched around. It'll just make it a bit of a bigger. I didn't put any glue on that corner piece, did I? Make sure it's glued on. I'm not doing very well today, folks. You know, some days you think you perhaps shouldn't put the camera on. There we go. That's on there. And then that needs to be cut off. About just over a quarter of an inch either side. It'll probably be too big when I've done this, and I'll need to cut it down. But that's where keeping all those bits and pieces comes in useful. Oh, it still fits nicely. So I just need to take a little bit off the top there. And that'll be a nice journal card to go in that pocket. I think that's nice. So I'm going to leave that there, and then I need something to go inside it, don't I? I might make this into a journal card with those beautiful birds. Yes, I might. Okay. Move that out the way, because the times that I've done that and then I've actually cut through what I'm making. Does anybody else do that? Gosh. So I guess it's worth remembering that. Oh, I'd backed that on the back, look. Oh, it's a shame to use that then, isn't it? Because I could use that as a pull-out somewhere. So I'm going to scrap that idea because I've photocopied it on the back. So that could be a pull-out page. Let's find something that I could perhaps use as a journal card. That's the bird. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. That's the bird I've just fussy cut out. Alright, that's not done on the back. Okay, I'm going to use this one. Let's just push that out the way so I can get you more on screen. So I need about 4.5 inches by 4.5 by 6.5. So let's get the 4.5 roughly first. It can go into my bits box. Okay. I'll have to have a really good sort out when I've done this, because I've got so many bits and pieces. And I said 6.5, didn't I? So I'm going to cut a bit off the bottom, and I'm going to cut a bit off the top. That's not going in my bits box because it's not big enough, but that one can. And then that will go in there as a journal card. So that's good. So those two need just sewing and making into journal cards. Okay, so that's that one done. How are we doing for time? 18 minutes. On the other side of that, I've put an envelope. I've not sealed it up. I think I've still got some in here, so I could add one of those. They're too big. That might be nice just to hang over that page, just as a decoration. Paper clip. So this is the way that I put my, when I've put, as I'm coming towards finishing my journals. I could quite like a little bit of green. I bet this won't tear. I only want a snip of it just to tie around that paper clip. No, it's not going to tear. Sometimes fabric will and sometimes fabric won't. And I think this one it won't. Where did that other little bit go? That was a little bit too little. Okay, well, it's all tatty raggedy, which is what I like to put round a paper clip. Lost my paper clip. So I'll just tie it anyway. There we go. Tie it tight. Snip the ends a bit shorter. And there. Bits of cotton everywhere. There we go. Liking that. I've pegged that on there, so I might need to put a bit of fabric in there. Oh, I've got a little bit here, look. So I do keep, how sad is it? I do keep my little bits of fabric because I do find that they're useful for this sort of thing. You know, they're just a little, I've got an old sweet jar and I just tie them up and put them in the sweet jar. They just go in it loose. And then I just use them just to put on the end of the paper clip. So lots of space again in this writing. I needed something to go in there. And I'm just thinking, see, what I don't like about that is the pocket goes in there. You're not going to see that birdie's face. But I think what I might do with that, actually, I wanted to use lots of birds and things on this journal because, to me, the Italian ladies are going on a walk through the park. Excuse the noise. So they are walking through the park with the beautiful dresses on and, you know, promenading. That's the word, isn't it? They're having a promenade. Now I'm looking for a plainish paper that I could use on the back that might be written on. Got some plains. I think I might use that one. And so what I'm going to do, I can pick it up, is I'm going to back this with another piece of paper. Can't pick anything up, look. So I'm just going to glue it on there, and then I'm going to leave it to dry, and then when it's dry I'm going to cut it down so that it will fit into this pocket, and I will fold it over so it will tuck in and fold over slightly, and it'll just make it a bit of a bigger writing space to go in there. Does that make sense? And then I'm not losing any of this because it will fold probably just there, so this bit will tuck in and then you can open it up and you've got the whole big thing. Does that make sense? I hope it does. You'll see what I mean when I do the flip through, won't you? I think I might have done this in the other journal as well. So when I'm making two journals, I don't make them exactly the same. They do have similar pockets in, but they also have different things in as well. I do try and make two pockets the same. You know, if I'm doing one and it turns out really nicely, then I try and do it again and put one in each. So I'm just going to glue that on there. Sticky fingers. Glue on the floor. And then I'm just going to leave that to dry. It doesn't take long. And then when it's dry, as I say, I will trim it down. So I'm just going to put it with all the bits that I've got to stitch and sew. Okay, so that's that one. That's that pocket sorted then. I think that might be. Yeah, we've got that one in there. Got those in there. We did that one. Got that one. That's got a pocket in and it's stitched around. That one's got a pocket and it's got a tag in its pocket. And we're almost at the back. That's stitched round. That's a tag that I stitched on as a pocket. And then we're at the back. So yeah, I have. So they're the only things that I needed to make for that one. And then that one is done. So I hope this makes sense to you. I'll love you and leave you, and I'll carry on with these. And I may come back and do a few pockets and things with you as well. And if you've got any thoughts on me having a list, if anybody should be interested, please don't worry. I won't be upset if nobody is. Just let me know what your thoughts are. But thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you like what I'm doing with Rachel's Beautiful Kits, and I will see you soon. Take care all. Bye.